What's up everyone and welcome to the Pursuit of Happening. Have you ever wondered how do all these YouTubers make their YouTube channels look so professional? What are they using for the video to look so nice, for the image to look so crisp? Today I'm going to teach you the 7 most important things in order to have a professional looking YouTube channel so that you can get started, get practicing, know exactly what to get, what kind of gear, so that you as well might have a channel looking as good as this. So, of course, we are here making a big assumption that you already have a computer. If you don't have a computer, then probably you're watching this video on your mobile phone, probably you're passing by on the street and someone for some weird reason is streaming my channel. If you don't have a computer, do yourself a favor, go get one that preferably is powerful enough for doing what we will be discussing in this video. Since of course we are not here talking about how to make any YouTube channel, we're here talking about how to make a professional looking channel. Number 1. You're gonna need some editing software, and we're not just talking about anything that you get for free. We're not talking about Windows Movie Maker, even though, yeah, well, theoretically you could use it, but we're talking about real editing software. In my particular case, I'm a big fan of the Adobe Creative Cloud. I've been doing photography for a really long time, so Lightroom and Photoshop have always been there in my life, but at the same time, it's not the first time that I have a YouTube channel. I had plenty other channels in the past, so I got used to work with products like Adobe Premiere, After Effects, and even getting used to their action scripting, which can be very, very useful once you get the hang of it. Now, of course, this is in no way, as you might imagine, this is my first video on YouTube, so this is not sponsored by Adobe, not at all. If you go in the comments like, oh, I'm pretty sure that this guy is being paid by Adobe. Well, rule number 1, if you're starting a YouTube channel and you're not gonna have any sponsorships, I'm no exclusion, I'm no exception. I don't have a sponsorship with Adobe, so there's plenty of other options in there. I invite you to use anything that is convenient for you. You can use DaVinci Resolve, Sony Vegas, again, Creative Cloud from Adobe. More importantly, pick up the editing software that you feel comfortable with, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with this program. So whatever software you end up choosing, make sure you choose one that makes you feel comfortable, that you understand, that more importantly, you can have a quick and steady workflow, because believe me, you're going to be spending a lot of time in the software itself, more even than filming. Which brings us to item number 2. You should get yourself a proper camera. Now, of course, what I have in here is a Canon 7D. I'm not using a Canon 7D. It would be pretty amazing if this camera will be filming when the image is right there. So I'm not using it, but this to say, if you want your channel to look professional, you must get yourself a good camera. We're not talking about a webcam, we're not talking about the Logitech C920s. Those are all over the place, all over the YouTube channels. But that's for the little guys, okay? If you want your channel to look professional, you need to get yourself a good DSLR, or, like I'm using, a professional video camera like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which is as well the camera with the longest goddamn name in history. So if I ever mention it again, I'm gonna be calling it the BMPCC 4K, just to make it simpler. Item number 3. Now, if you get yourself a professional looking camera, then needless to say, you're gonna need some lenses. In this case, I have here a Canon 100 macro, which normally you will not use for a video such as this one, but in case you're interested in doing any kind of product photography or even product videos, if you want to review some products more in detail, then this baby right here, it's great. It's one of the Canon L lenses, 100mm focal length, and more importantly, especially if you're using a camera like the BMPCC 4K, you're gonna make a great use of the lens stabilization, since the camera itself does not have what's called IBS, the in-body stabilization. So these lenses of course come at a great price, but then again, we're not here discussing the entry-level stuff. We're here to talk about the professional looking YouTube channels. Now, another lens you can use is the Sigma 1835. This one in particular is for the Canon mount, since I use a speed booster on my camera, so I use Canon lenses and of course There's a 7D right here, so you might understand why I have Canon lenses. Now, the Sigma itself, it's a super powerful lens. It comes with a premium price as well. I'll put all the links in the comments below, so if you want to know more about these particular lenses, or if you're looking yourself into having these kind of lenses, then have a look on the description of the video, and every single product will be linked there. Item number 4, you're gonna need to get yourself some serious good lighting. Now, I see many people doing this mistake. You might have an excellent camera, you might have excellent glass, like again, the lenses we were discussing before, like the Sigma. If you don't have proper lighting, then it doesn't matter. Everything about photography and video has to do with light. In my particular case, now this is quite funny, we're talking about professional stuff, I'm using U lights, but hey, I have a lamp right here, you cannot see, that's the whole point. But I have actually a lamp in here with 3 U lights that I'm using for this particular video, and they're actually synchronized to Alexa. So as a proof of, Alexa, set the recording studio to red. See? Now it's all red. Now this is useless, of course. You want to have some daylight light, so I'm gonna get it back to what it was. Alexa, set the recording studio to daylight white. See? Number 5. You'll want to get yourself a good microphone. Now me, for this video, I'm actually using 2. I have a microphone on my camera, the Techstar 598, which, by the way, if you're interested, just check the link on the description of this video. This is a wonder of a microphone. It comes ridiculously cheap at only, I think I paid, since I live in the other side of the Atlantic, for those of you in the United States, I paid something like 30 euros for this microphone, which is pretty much, Techstar apparently just went on, just let companies like Sennheiser to spend hundreds on developing good microphone technology. Then they did what every smart person would do. They copied them. So you don't have to pay premium for, then again, set your expectations, right? This is not a premium microphone, but I am extremely surprised by the quality of the microphone itself. If you want to know how it performs under a live situation, check out my other video on my channel of the Groove de Gent. That's a band of a friend of mine that performed recently in Antwerp in Belgium, close to where I live. I was extremely surprised by the quality of the audio by using just this simple directional microphone of 30 euros. Otherwise, you can use something more serious, like the Rode NT USB that I'm using for capturing my voice in this particular video. Now, Rode is well known for making excellent microphones. The NT USB is no exception, and of course it doesn't come with a super high price tag, but instead it's quite affordable given the value you can get from it. And to me, more importantly, since it is USB, it offers me the biggest versatility, since I don't necessarily, and I really don't need to carry any external mixer or any external recorder, anything XLR. I just plug in the microphone, it has a USB port, go straight into the computer, and off you go. You're ready to record with quite an amazing quality. Number 6. Now, this is an optional one, and that's only assuming that you are into YouTube for any sort of gaming or for capturing your footage. So in case of the first one, and in case you want to capture the footage of your camera, or in case you want to capture from any other external device, then I can really recommend the Elgato Camlink 4K. This is a beauty of a hardware. It's actually, as you can see, it's quite small. It's the size of a USB stick, and it has an HDMI that you can connect the out of your camera directly to. Now, of course, if you are using again a camera like the BMPCC 4K, then you don't really need anything like this. The camera by itself will be able to record on something like an external hard drive, so you won't need to capture it via this feed. Now, if you're into YouTube for video games, you might want to consider a different capture device like this one. Now, what I have in here is actually the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 2. Why do these companies make such long names? I mean, couldn't they call it like Cute Red Box or something? Well, this is the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 2, and this is actually what I use for all the footage I make of video games when I'm playing with my Switch or even with my PC, since it eases the workflow very much. Now, you don't really need to get this particular one. This is my preference. I've used AverMedia in the past. You don't have to. There's plenty of other choices. Again, just like for the Camlink, Elgato is another brand that makes excellent capture devices. Not only the Camlink 4K, but you have other options like the HD60 and the other game capture devices that they make. Me personally, when it comes to the software and the hardware itself, I'm quite a fan of the AverMedia one. It offers a pass-through, and especially this one has 4K, and since I play in 4K on my desktop, this one is quite convenient, especially because it has a no latency pass-through. So what does this mean? Quick explanation on all these yada yadas. The 4K pass-through basically allows you to connect the HDMI out of your console directly to the device, and then the other port, I don't know if I'm pointing to the right ones, actually I am. So it allows you to connect the HDMI out of your console to the device so that you can record the footage, and then you can connect another HDMI cable to the capture device and straight to your TV, so that you can immediately see what you're playing while in the background you're recording, so that you're not dependent on the PC, or as well so that you, more importantly, so that you can have a much lower latency while you play. What do we mean by latency? Basically, the time it takes from when you press a button until that action is reproduced on screen. Which brings us to the last and more important one, number 7, upload. Now, for as obvious as it might sound, uploading is the most important part of having no matter what kind of YouTube channel. You might have the best camera on the market, you might get yourself a Red Dragon or an Arri Alexa, those really top-notch cinema cameras. You can get yourself a 5,000, 10,000 cinema lens. You might get yourself a really good studio mic. None of that matters. God, you can even go as far as get proper lighting and not be using like goddamn Philips Hues like I'm using. But nothing of that matters if you don't actually upload your content into YouTube. Now, I'm not just saying that, I'm not here to mention the obvious. Of course, you might say, oh, they're talking about you need to upload even to have a YouTube channel. That's true. You will always need to upload content, but more importantly, it's throughout the upload process, is by having more and more content uploaded into your YouTube channel that you will actually get the chance to criticize yourself, to learn from yourself. YouTube is a community, and it's through these uploads that people will be given a chance to comment on your videos, to like them, to subscribe to your channel. And that is one of the fundamental things of having a professional, good-looking channel, is to engage with your audiences, and the professional channel will come as well with a professional number of subscribers and likes on your videos. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that like button that's somewhere either here or here. I don't really know, I still have to learn exactly where it is placed. And if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment, or if you would like to have a particular topic discussed on one of my future videos, leave a comment as well. If you're not feeling so good, leave a comment. In case you didn't like the video, leave a comment as well. God damn it, just leave a comment for whatever reason. I would really appreciate that. Now, I'll see you next week. Until then, keep being awesome.